Hello everybody, welcome to my latest YouTube tutorial video. Today I'm going to show you how I created this smoky blended look on this console table. Remember, if you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hey everyone, I'm Laura from Cherub Interiors. Welcome to my channel where today I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to do with this hall table. Now this isn't my normal style, but I'm going to have some fun with it. To begin with though, I need to prep it. So I'm going to give it a really good clean with some Dixie Belle's White Lightning, which I've got mixed up in my spray bottle with some water. Then, because of all this detailing and the fact that it's not actually real wood, I don't want to be sanding it, so I'm going to be using Bond Emboss and I'm going to apply 2 coats of this. This is an adhesion primer mixed with a stain blocker. So because I'm not going to be sanding and because the texture is very smooth on this piece, so I want the paint to stick to it, and so I'm going to need this adhesion primer. And I haven't really got any idea what colour I'm going to paint it, so I'm just going to get it prepped and then I will have a look at all my paints and try and figure out which colour. So here is a better look with some close-ups of how this piece started. As you can see, it's a really unusual shape with lots of carved details making it pretty unique. But as usual, I'm going to go one step further and make it a complete one-off by decorating it in my own style. Now, as I previously mentioned, the first step is always to give it a real good clean. I'm using White Lightning and then I'm going to rinse this off with water to ensure that all of the dirt and degreaser is washed off. Once it's all dry, I'm going to go ahead and paint on the Bond Emboss. I've opted for white as I want to get rid of that dark wooden look and give it a clean, bright base colour in preparation for the paint. As you can see, where possible, I'm applying this smoothly, making sure not to leave many brush strokes. I'm also then going to get into all of the details on that carving, ensuring that I've got good coverage and I'm going to get the best adhesion. I will then leave that to dry overnight before getting started on the next step, which is applying the first coat of paint. I have chosen to use Terra Clay Paint, which lends itself to a really artistic look. I love layering lots of different shades with this paint, and I've started with the Blue Agave, which has a slightly duck egg blue look about it. I'm going to apply one smooth coat across the whole lot as a base. Terra gives good coverage as the paint is quite thick. You can always water this down slightly if needed. My favourite blue in the Terra Clay Paint line is London Blue, and this next step may look a little strange, but you just have to trust the process. I'm going to get a small amount of this on my brush and wipe across randomly. I definitely don't want full coverage. The idea is that I want you to see layers of the different colours as I produce a smoky blend. At the moment it will all look quite streaky, but as I start blending you'll see how it will all come together. I've now got some Moonbeam, which is one of the whites in the Terra Clay Paint line. I'm going to work this in, mainly into some of the areas where I haven't put the London Blue, but also working it into that blue paint so that it blends nicely. I'm working really quickly here whilst the paint is still wet. You can always use a spray of water, however I don't want to activate that Blue Agave from underneath. So I'm now just working in stages, layering the London Blue and the Moonbeam and then blending them together with a natural bristle brush. The clay paint makes this really easy to achieve. It does take some practice though, so I always advise to do a test run on a practice board before you start working on the furniture. I am certainly no expert at blending, it's not something that I do very often, but you just have to keep working at it until you are happy with the result. Once you have left that to dry overnight, it's time to seal this all in for protection. I'm using Terra Tuff, which is, as it says, a really tough, durable top coat. It is the strongest thing that you can use to seal this paint in, but it does also give a glossy finish, so if you're looking for something with not quite so much shine, you can use the Terra Seal instead, which will give a soft matte finish but still offers full protection to the paint. Here's a closer look at how I'm applying it into all of those details. It is of course really important to get full coverage, so I would apply 2 coats of this to ensure full long-lasting protection. So here is your reminder of how this piece started out its life. Now here is the finished look. I told you to have faith. I know that you were probably wondering how this was going to end up at some points of the project, but I am so pleased with the end result. Just look at how you can see the layers and those blends in all of the details. I know that this originally was so not my style, but I think with the help of Terra Clay Paint we have managed to make this piece look stunning and unique. I'd love to know what you think of this makeover, so please let me know in the comments. Remember, you can also find more of our projects by searching all of the social media sites for Cherub's Chalks Interiors. I look forward to welcoming you there. If you would like to see more of our videos, you can subscribe, leave a comment and turn on your post notifications to get notified when we next post. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you again next time.